Will this weather never cease? Still, I got tore down in the dry and I'm quite at the bottom now, not too far from the car. This is a very pleasant parked near Hayfield and just walked past the turn off for Kinder Scout Railway, and I'm going to head up this road, hang another right, basically walk back along myself a little bit up and then somewhere up onto Kinder Scout somewhere. So fingers crossed everything goes okay. I've had some really interesting weather walking so far. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, and then eventually fabulous clouds, fabulous blue skies like this. The weather doesn't look too good, so I'm hoping this time to be able to get a video of the MSR Access 1 being put up in the wind and rain for you. That's the whole point of me coming out, actually. I like to do real life tests, not just garden tests with tents. And another gate. This is, I can't remember which name of the farm this is. Oh, looks broke. That's such a shame. It won't. Oh, it's not. The dog walkers have just passed. There we go. Hello. Now, I think I need to check the map as to which way I want to go. And cardinal sin from me, I left the paper map in the car and I brought a totally different map. Duh. However, I always download stuff onto my phone using the OSGB mapping service, just to make doubly sure. You know what? I sort of roughly got it in my head where I'm going. We're going to take a left. You see the signs going down there. Oh, so come to a crossroads or a path that splits off. This is Tunstead House, and the footpath goes to the right. This one. Met two ladies walking down from Kinder. Absolutely freezing, blowing a hoolie. You can tell because they're walking down and they're dressed up with just about every piece of clothing that they've got. And I'm going the other way, taking clothes off because I'm too warm. Lovely weather this country has. The views, my gosh. Makes me think I should have brought my big cameras. Get some fantastic views. And that peak you can see in front is Kinder Low End. A couple of people already on it. I think I've seen about 5, possibly 6. Put my waterproof jacket back on to give me a little bit of windproofing. Rab Alpine Kinetic version 1, great stuff. Yeah, 6 people and they've just dipped down. Chilly. I've misplaced my little man and his thermometer, so I can't tell you the temperature. It's in the rucksack somewhere, or possibly the tent. That is stunning, isn't it? I'm just going to pause a minute while I take a photograph. Love the clouds. Gotta do a selfie. Sorry, I'm still videoing there, aren't I? I'm doing selfies. My fault. This will be Kinder Low End, I think. Yeah, just see on the sign there. So, which way do I want to go? If I want to get to the top, it's basically straight up. Nice firm spring. And I always, see, give it a push, put it back over. Oh, this doesn't lock. Oh, that's bad. I always give it an extra push just to make sure it locks. And sort of roughly over towards the left over there, there is another fence, another style gate, and it'll go and swing up, I think. And then the world's my oyster, depending on how far I want to walk back to the car tomorrow morning, because I want to get down there fairly early. Still got to get in my head, I've got a 4-hour drive back down to South Wales, desperate to vote. Regardless of who you vote for, you've probably already done it when this video comes out, but just make sure you vote. I can't believe the weather though. Can't believe my bloody hair. It's been an absolute nightmare. So if there's any ladies or gents with long hair, or ladies with long hair I should say, or gents with long hair, how do you stop all of these bits floating and coming out all the time? I think they do it because I'm in and out or on and off with my hat, so it pulls them off. But it's really, really annoying when it's blowing in your face. So I've just got to go through some marshy areas, be a bit careful with the footing. So yeah, if you can give me any tips, really appreciate it. Last one, and as I thought, through here, turn right and plod my way up. Where's this? Oh, good grief. How do I... That's it. Whew. And then push it up. Give it a pull. Absolutely fab. And we're up there. So, don't know whether these have been built or it's natural. Brad has a guess that they've been built to aid in people climbing and stop the erosion. But in winter, these would be an absolute nightmare. Very slippy, very icy. In fact, if we get some rain tonight and the wind comes down and it freezes, these will be a little bit dangerous coming down tomorrow morning. Oh, well, nearly at the top. Got the hood up to give me a little bit of protection from the wind behind me. And you might just be able to see that it's still very, 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 very slightly hailstoning. Just nuts, even though there's plenty of blue sky all the way around me. Whoa, that made me a bit dizzy. Whoa, very windy from my left. There we are. Kindle end. Decent little walk that. Right. Time to hunker down out of the wind. Probably just over there if you can see my finger. And have a look at the map. Like that, somebody's made a really nice path for me. Woohoo! So, obviously my steps are going to be a little bit awkward, so it's going to be a bit bouncy. Just sat down there for a while and sorted a few things out on Facebook, one of the groups that I'm on. I cannot believe the amount of misogyny, narcissism, catfishing, call it whatever the hell you want, and blatant male dickheads who cannot accept the fact that people are gay or non-binary or whatever gender that they wish to adhere to or subscribe to, sorry. That really, really ucks, pardon my French, me off. So, I'm going to make it a little bit clear now. If you're the type of person that thinks women should only be in the kitchen, the bedroom, the house, fuck off. If you're the type of person that thinks women shouldn't go out wild camping, shouldn't have adventures, fuck off. If you're the type of person that preys on women, fuck off. If you're the type of person who wants to pick on women because you're a keyboard warrior, fuck off. And I can continue. Basically, women are an equal part of society. Now, go right the way back, and instead of woman, insert non-binary. Whatever gender, fuck off. They're an accepted part of society. If you cannot accept them, you are the one that's got the problem, not them. You are the problem, not them. That really, really annoys me. What really annoys me as well, while I'm on a rant, is that when you call out this kind of toxic masculinity, you get the abuse. So I call it out and I get abuse. Oh, you've only done it for the likes, you've only done it because you're virtue signalling. You know what? I've got non-binary friends. I've got gay family members. Really couldn't give a hoot. Family is family, friends are friends. I might not understand 100% what they go through, but I will defend 100% their right to be who they are, do what they want in the world that we live in. And if you don't like that, fuck off. I've walked a little bit fast now. When I get a bit ranty and angry, I tend to walk a bit faster, which has warmed me up because it's got a little bit chilly when I was doing the stuff online there. But it really, really does annoy me. And if that means I lose subscribers, if that means it just doesn't become famous, whatever you want, I couldn't care less. I would be more happy for you to fuck off because you don't agree with what goes on in the world, because that's pretty normal now, rather than hang around and pick on people, especially from a keyboard, especially when you can't be bothered to educate yourself on what things like toxic masculinity really are. Anyway, that's enough of me ranting. And there we go again. Turn the back to the wind. Get all in. Turn my back to the wind, but camera into there. This looks like a little bit of snow, so going to be hard trying to keep the lens clean. I definitely think I brought the right tent for these kind of conditions though. Beautiful rock formations. You forget what it's like when you don't come up, because this really isn't my stomping grounds, as it were. Mine's the Brecons, and I've not been up to this part of the world probably for 25, 26 plus years, I think. I'm loving the rock formations. The one that we're coming up to, let me just check on the map. Does this have a name? Bear with me. It could be Plimchair, is that the one? No, no stool. No stool, yeah, N-O-E, no stool, I think that's the one. It's almost as if you want to go up, put a little pebble on, and it'll just fall over. A little bit like the critter in Ice Age. If you remember that little clip. Question is, can I get up there in 10 seconds? This is going to erode away shortly underneath. Well, the weather forecast was right. We did say snow, showers. We should get rain tonight, and it could be freezing rain. I think possibly about -5, so every single piece of clothing I've got will be on when I'm in the sleeping bag, in the silk liner, just to make sure I'm toasty warm. And I should be a bit warmer in the MSR Access 1. With it being a 4-season tent, it has a pretty much 4-season inner. So what I'm doing now is sort of nearing the end of a couple of hours from the car park, thinking time to look around seriously for somewhere to bivvy up, camp, sorry. I didn't bring a bivvy bag. I can't remember whether I brought the book with me either, actually. I brought the book. I might be tempted. Is that a bit of a rainbow up there? Or is that just some really strange clouds? Really strange clouds. It's just really strange weather we're having. Anyway, sorry, yes, I digress. Yeah, I can't remember whether I brought the book with me. And whether to risk putting the tent up a little bit earlier. I do try and set up as late as possible and then tear down as early as possible, just because of that whole reason. That is a stunning photograph, that. The MSR Access only has one door, unlike the Hubba Hubba, which has 2. So that makes it a bit easy when you can pitch really east-west. But I suppose if I go north-south, I'll be fine. Just poke my head out and look left or look right. Looking at the map, these are the wool packs. Pretty sure it's called wool packs. Some very strange names around here. Now, the app that I use is the OSGB mapping, and I think it's £25, £27 a year. And you get access to all of the OSGB maps online. And you can download routes that you make. So what I do is look into an area and then make a ridiculous zigzag crisscross route that covers all of the area that I want, and then I use that to download to my phone and use. So I'm going to have a proper look around here, and I think there's some people behind me who are potentially lost. Stunningly strange rock formations though. It's a shame. Is that the sun behind me? Hello! Yeah. Of course it's the sun behind me, you stupid boy. Loads and loads of peat bogs. Really making a mess of my boots. So what I'm going to do is sort of have a bit of an explore around here. Because this will be very, very sheltered if I can find a spot here. If not, it's a little bit over to the right-hand side to set up. God, it's just like, I don't know, there's so many places you can walk and explore. Like a kid in a candy shop. And now the sun's out so much, excuse me, I'm struggling with my heat control. So I'm just taking my gloves off. Mad as a bottle of chips, this weather. Oh, bloody hell. Nothing like a big jump. Oh. So this looks like a decent spot. Plenty, I'm just coming in the shade of the rocks here. Fairly flat, not too windy. Wind coming from pretty much where the sun is at the minute. So just south of the wool packs, leave no trace, my backside. That is a really thick, I won't be able to fit this in my rucksack, a really thick plastic sheet. Really thick. That's disappointing. That's bloody disappointing. Now, I mean, for a start, there's no wood. Somebody's actually brought charcoal up by the looks of that to come up here. That's a hell of a trek. Cheap tent pegs, quite a few of them. Somebody drinks Stella Artois, and yeah, an empty gas canister's been there a while. I'll be able to take them away once I've finished setting up. That's just beggars belief. Absolutely beggars belief that we are, well, I'm about 2 hours walk away from the car, that you'd bring, one, that you bring beer. I can't understand why wild campers come out here and bring beer, just not me. But you carry the beer, you can't take the empty back, you can't take the canister back, the gas canister, you bring charcoal up and a really thick plastic sheet. What the fuck is going on? I might be able to take the sheet back, I don't know. It might fit on top of the rucksack tomorrow, we'll see. But anyway, it is about 5:30. Yeah, 20 to 6. So I'm well away really from the paths, and what I'm going to do is leave my rucksack just there. Whoa, grab my pad. Leave my rucksack there, get up on top, take a bearing to where I'm supposed to go tomorrow morning, because we're going to be in mist according to the forecast. So when I wake up and tear down, I know which way I'm supposed to be going, and that's just a bit of safety from my point of view. If you're going to wake up and it is going to be misty, you're going to be in the clouds, it's always nice to know which way, using a compass, you are supposed to go. So, top tip there. So yeah, talk to you later. So there we go, that's the tent. Let's just give you a little bit of a walk around. It's a bit tight, and I'm going to be in the shadow a little bit, I think. Hello, dreaming of the outdoors. Now, huge difference between this, instant difference, and the Cedar Summit Altos, is that door is not coming apart windy at all. And you can see how big the vestibule is there. What I'm going to do is just put my Exos 48 in there and unload it. And it fits dead easy. You will easily be able to stick a 60-litre rucksack in there, 70-litre rucksack in there. Hoping you can see me with this. It's about 5:05. Excuse the state of the hat. It's going to look really interesting, isn't it? Interesting night last night. Not really high winds as opposed to. I think that might be got up to about 15 miles an hour tops. Very, very warm. The cloud cover came in, so not really down to the temperature as well. I think I clocked it down to about 1.6, 1.2 at the coldest, using my little thermometer that's outside the tent, or outside the inner. It's now hailstoning. It snowed last night, last evening. It's now hailstoning a little bit. It's those tiny little things that really hurt when they whip into your face with the wind. Now, I'm in a sheltered position, so I don't know what the wind is going to be like when I get up above. However, this is an ideal time and an ideal thing for me to show you how I would take down the tent, or any tent, in inclement weather, trying to keep everything dry and keep myself dry, etc, etc. So I'm going to do is just poke the camera outside the door, show you the scenery that's out there, and then so I'll bring you back in and have a quick chat. Right, there we go. That's the tent flap, and that's the view that I have. Oops, there's my finger at the minute. So absolutely fantastic view. Can't see anything at all, and all I've done is poke the GoPro out of the door. So not quite leave no trace, but it gives a good impression of what the footprint of the whole tent looks like. So not too bad really. Weather is still a bit crappy. Sun's desperate to get out, and we're on the way. It's about 7:10, so I reckon back to the car by 9 o'clock. Let me just, there we go. So I'm into the wind a little bit now, and this is going to be the really awkward bit, is navigating this, which is why I took a compass bearing, because it's very easy to fall over, kill yourself. No, I haven't come too far, and this is going to sound really philosophical, but that just springs to me as a child with a parent, that rock formation. Just what it looks like to me. It's a bit boggy as well, so I can really understand why inexperienced walkers, climbers, hikers find Kinder Scout a very dangerous place. I do have some knowledge of map reading. Well, I've got quite a lot of knowledge of map reading and navigation, and basically I'm on a compass bearing until I recognise where I'm going. Quick look at the map, another compass bearing. Because it's so cold, the batteries that we have in our electronics will really wear down very fast, so you can't rely on that. Hence carrying a battery pack in weather like this, or keeping your batteries inside. So my GoPro batteries are actually inside this jacket, inside another jacket, and that's where I've got my phone as well, to keep it warm and away from the elements. So that's where I'm going. So let's crack on. Well, there is the proper path. So I've just done, let me just think, where, Bonnie? I was about this way. So I just did a compass bearing back from that way, and I'm quite chuffed with my navigation skills to take me to the path. Hopefully you can hear me. We don't have any wind, but the microphone is still charging. Gosh, you have to be careful in this terrain, don't you? It is lethal. Absolutely lethal. Peat water. But there is absolutely nothing to see until you are, I don't know, 10, 20 metres max visibility. Stamp the snow off my boots, and this path will lead me, oh, is it Knoll End? I think it might be past Knoll End, I can't remember, and then I swing right. I bet you love my map reading. I don't do north, south, east, west. I sort of swing left, right, etc. And there we go. So the worst part of the navigation is over. This is just a nice brisk walk back to the car in the fog. So I'll bring you back if there's anything interesting. If not, I might see you at the car. Right, well, around here we should have a trig point, 633. Whew. What's that? Oh my god, that is mad. D-Ordnance Survey, please paint your trig points red so that Andrew Miller can see them in the fog. Right, do we climb up? Got to climb up, I suppose. God, that's an awkward climb up there. There we go, 633. That should be. And I reckon it's that way, but I'll check the map. It's just amazing that there is nothing here. When I say nothing, it's like you can't see a view at all. Absolutely no view at all. So I've finally changed the battery. This is Kinder Low End, I think, so we're going to come down off Kinder, and yes, the wind is a little bit dodgy because the microphone hasn't charged enough. My fault. However, it's been a fabulous few hours up on the top with the snow, the sleet, the rain, the hail, the fog, the fantastic sunshine, blue skies, white fluffy clouds, and then the mist coming down. So let's go see about getting down. That's coming down from Kinderlow End, and we've now got hailstones hammering the ground. I say hammering, I think that's a posh use of the language there. Very small, very gentle, just enough to sting when they're in the face. This seems steeper on the way down than it does on the way up. Still have to be very careful the amount of ice, snow, etc. that we've had. A bit warmer now, getting out of the wind. And what I've done is taken a few layers off. Now I'm down out of the worst of the wind. I'm starting to feel myself sweating a little bit too much, which is always dangerous. I prefer to walk. Sorry about the bouncy bits here. I prefer to walk cold rather than sweat my backside off. And that's a much better option for your own safety than it is for anything else. If you're sweating your backside off and you stop, that sweat freezes, and all it needs is your body to dry it off, so your body produces more heat, you actually lose more heat, etc, etc. So it's actually better to not sweat, walk cold, and when you do stop, put your warm layers on. And the gate, here we go. This was an awkward one if I remember, wasn't it? No, this was an easy one. So let's just check it, give it a pull. There we go. Hopefully I'm on the right path. There we go. Oops. Got you, sorry about that. That literally did shit itself. Beep. A couple of locals eyeing me up. I might be from Wales, guys, but I'm English. We don't do any of that stuff down here. Yep, definitely the right path. This one didn't shut properly, so let's make sure. There we go. Please shut to the gate. Will do. Thank you very much. Kinderlow End. Straight downhill. Get to the car, get a brew on. Fabulous. And probably get some breakfast. All I've had is a Yorkie bar and a third of a packet of peanuts. Would you believe it? I take all of the wet weather gear off and I'm in a hailstorm. Bloody nuts. When you say dreaming of the outdoors, do people think this is what the dreaming bit is? It is for me, because just being outdoors is fabulous. Not too cold, because I've got a bit of a shift on. And I'm not too far from the car either, really. Possibly half an hour, I think. Definitely get there by 9 o'clock, which is what I want. Hopefully miss the ticket wardens. God, should have brought a pair of goggles. It really stings when it goes in your eyes. And the wind is possibly, just stop a moment, 3-4 miles an hour. So it's not much. So imagine you're walking 30-40 miles an hour into rain, into hail. It'll sting like a buggery. Full face coverings, masks, goggles, the whole lot. And that's if you'll be able to walk properly upright like I'm doing now. Again, I'm always very dubious about people saying, oh, I've been out in 60-mile-an-hour winds, etc. I'd want to see the proof of that. Going over a stile, I'd want to see the proof of that. by the wind speed gauge anemometer before anything, because having been out there in conditions like that where you've got your straps floating around slapping you in your face, straps from the Bergen, pick that up, where you've got the hail pinging you in the face like this, it's an absolute nightmare. Will this weather never cease? Still, I got towed down in the dry and I'm quite at the bottom now, not too far from the car. Get a hot brew. Just going to go away. Sheep have got the right idea, so if I go away from the sheep it'll keep them a little bit better. No matter how many times I try and clean the lens, it doesn't seem to work. So, where did we go? Up to there, and then I think we went along that way. I can't remember, I'd have to check the map. Lovely walk. Back down again. Back to the car. Still there, always a bonus. Tyres are still there, windows are still there. Always a bonus.